Hey, Glenn,
Hey,
what are you doing in here?
oh, I'm just here on my break, just my lunch hour.
Oh, did you get a promotion? Is that the idea?
No, I'm just trying to learn stuff so I can get a
And
promotion.
what do you think you're checking?
I'm checking the squareness, aren't I?
Really?
Yeah, look, it's pretty darn good. I mean,
Looks to me like it's off.
well, that's what I was trying to figure out.
So that indicator, is that a tenth indicator, thousandths? What is it?
A thousandths, I think.
Every line's a tenth, it looks like. So that thing looks like it's off about 2 or 3 thousandths, right?
Right,
Really? Well, let's talk about that. Okay, you can stop for a minute.
right.
What do you call this thing, as far as you know?
An indicator?
Well, that's a start. It's a surface gauge.
Surface gauge.
And
okay.
its intention is to check the difference in heights from one to another. Let's say you want to check the height from here to here. This would be the master.
Oh.
You'd set the indicator on that, and then you move over to here and check it with
So
that.
I'm not checking squareness right now.
Nope, that's not the.
no.
You know why you're not checking squareness?
Uh-uh.
How do you know that this device that we have here is truly square? Let me borrow it for a second. It
What?
could be off this way, right?
Right.
I mean, we don't know that these shafts are perfectly square with the surface plate. It could be this way or that way. For that matter, it could be right or left, which wouldn't affect it as much, if at all. But you don't know that. So
Right.
that's the wrong device to check for squareness.
All right.
But
So then,
I like the way you're thinking. Well,
Right.
let's talk about what we really need to check for squareness.
sure.
You need an indicator,
Okay.
a post that should be square, but it doesn't have to be. And we need a surface here, and we need a oxymoron cylinder square.
Oxymoron.
Yeah, why is it a cylinder? We know that, but why
Yeah.
is it square? It's square with the surface.
Oh.
So we know that this
okay.
is not tipped one way or another. It's
Right.
perfectly square.
Because Suburban Tool is so precise, it gets
This
it
is
like
a master,
that.
right?
Yeah,
So
okay.
if we are going to check this for squareness, here's what we would do. We would come over here and get a rough idea as to our height. And we're going to check it right about there. We want to get up as high as we can within
Okay.
reason. Now we're going to come over here and we're going to set the bottom up against the cylinder square. And the indicator is going to come around, and you see that? It says 0 right there.
So that's like, okay.
And each line is 1/10 of 1,000th, 1/10,000th
Right.
of an inch. So, and we're going to come over here, we're going to come up against it, and we're going to see, and you see that that's right on.
It is, yeah.
So you were saying that you thought that this was out of square, which, by the way, does happen where people think that they use devices like this for squaring.
Sure.
It's not a square,
It's
folks.
not
It
square.
It will
It's a
not.
height gauge.
It's a height gauge, correct. It'll tell you heights and comparative heights. But if you really want to do squareness, you have to have a cylinder square and an indicator like this that has a surface here that's ground, and that goes up against the cylinder square. And it's always a good idea to wipe everything anyway
Yeah.
before you use it, particularly when you're dealing with tenths. And then you set it. So we know that's our master, that's square. Then we can come over here and we can check this,
Right.
and we can see that that's square.
Okay.
So that's the way to do it. You can't do it any other way.
So what about if you move it down? Is that also, you got to do that too, or no?
No, you don't do that. You're only checking squareness,
Squareness.
from here to here. You want to go to the height as far as you can.
Okay. What if you got a bigger piece? Are there bigger?
Then we do
Bigger
something
gauges?
taller. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, here's a
V-block?
V-block that I made many years ago, and I don't know if the bottom will line up. So what I need to do is come over here again, take it to as close to the top as I can,
Oh, okay.
and set it up there. Then come over here.
Come over there.
Always wipe it a little bit, make sure it's clean. Come over here and set the indicator. We off just a little bit, so we'll move this dial.
Oh, that's how you move it.
Yep, you just loosen that little thumb
When I
nut.
didn't, I was trying to get it to move and it wouldn't move. I was almost busted it.
Yeah, well, that's
Okay.
one way to do it is to bust it, I guess.
Look at that.
So you can do it either way. You can either rock this, and this is a V-block I made when I was a friggin' kid tool maker.
So when you're rocking it like that and it doesn't go to 0, then you know it's wrong, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Or I just banged it, so. There it is.
If you can't find 0, then it's off.
Right.
Okay.
So that's how you check squareness.
Well, okay.
But I'm glad you came in here to try to get an education. That's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Always,
And you're
there's
curious
always
about
room
it?
always room to learn.
And by the way, your lunch hour is almost over, so you need to get back to work. And I'm not going to tell the boss that you came in here because he probably isn't going to like it. But if he says anything, I'm just going to tell him, what the heck, you're trying to get an education, right?
Sure, yeah.
So that help you?
It helped me out a lot. 'Cause
Great.
I was just working on the
All right, man.
the height.
I got to go back to work myself, so we'll catch up with you later.
All right. I got to go back to lunch.
See ya. All right, and Glenn, by
Yeah.
the way, make sure you check with your boss next time you come in here because, you know, he might not, I like it, but he might not like it.
Yeah.
So anyway, thanks for doing it. And folks, by the way, thank you for watching. We always appreciate your comments, and we look forward to them. We're glad to respond to them. Make sure you pick us up on Facebook and on
Twitter,
Twitter and
Instagram.
Instagram, all that stuff. So again, thanks for watching.